Ladies and gentlemen, the leadership detail for the class of 2024.
We gather at the heart of USNA, a place where leaders for the sea are born, joining previous generations, form a fabric never torn. We thank you for the talented young people gathered here, and as their invaluable training kicks into gear, may their eyes and ears be open to learn as the rank of midshipmen they strive now to earn. May their sacrifice of comfort and relaxation make them proud to live not for self, but for their nation. And with grit, stamina, and discipline, may they be fed by each midshipman here in name tags of red. So Lord, in these weeks, keep our heading true as we set sail this bleak summer for red, white, and blue. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Midshipman candidates, be seated. The officer in charge of the 4th Class Regiment, Commander Kelly Lang, United States Navy.
Detail. Raise head. Having been selected as a member of the Plebe Summer Detail, do you swear that you will train the candidates who stand before you to the best of your ability, that you will develop them into basically trained midshipmen who are smartly disciplined, morally sound, mentally and physically fit, and thoroughly indoctrinated in love of country and a sense of honor, that you will demand of them and demonstrate by your own example the highest standards of professional conduct, honor, morality, and professional skill, and that you will ensure that they are well prepared to take their place as members of the Brigade of Midshipmen at the conclusion of their training.
I do! Detail! Parade! Rest!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor to introduce to you the 63rd Superintendent of the United States Naval Academy, Vice Admiral Sean Buck, United States Navy.
Captain Buchanan, Commandant of Midshipmen, Commander Lang, this summer's officer in charge, Colonel McCarthy, Dean Phillips, our academic dean, Dean Latta, our admissions dean, Command Master Chief, Mr. Rao, thank you from the class of 1974, the beginning of another link in the chain, and Chaps. Thank you very much. Class of 24, it is great to see you all in person. I know you've been here for the last 2 weeks, but it's a pleasure to officially welcome you to the Naval Academy this afternoon. This ceremony is traditionally the culmination of a whirlwind induction day, but today it marks the end of your quarantine and the beginning of your incredible journey here in Annapolis. Over the past couple of weeks, you've gained some perspective into one of the qualities that will make you a world-class leader 4 years from now, the ability to adapt and overcome. Nothing about this summer has been traditional thus far, but from here on out, we're getting back to what we do best here in Annapolis, and that's to build and develop leaders. One of the first passages that your detailers will expect you to know inside and out is our mission here at the U.S. Naval Academy. As you will learn, everything that we do at this institution is meant to develop you mentally, morally, and physically, and every step you take from this point forward will bring you closer to fulfilling that mission as an officer in the United States Navy or Marine Corps. Soon, in just a few minutes, you'll raise your right hand and take the oath of office. Those words, and to internalize the meaning behind your own individual commitment. To put the words into perspective, the days of ancient Rome, when soldiers would swear an oath of allegiance to their individual commanders before each campaign. And that idea of pledging oneself to a general, a king, or an emperor would be the backbone of militaries for centuries thereafter. The founding fathers of our great nation revolutionized this oath, refusing to pledge fealty to one man. And in the throes of war with England, those visionaries instituted the very first rendition of our officer oath, requiring all prospective officers to name the 13 states, swear them to be free, independent, and sovereign states, and declare no allegiance to George III, King of Great Britain. Following the Revolutionary War, our founders changed the oath once more, taking a groundbreaking leap and requiring all officers to swear their allegiance to the fledgling Constitution. And while this oath would change slightly over the years, the oath which you are about to recite has remained much unchanged since 1884. These words will bond each of you together in support of an idea, a notion of liberty and democracy so strong that it is greater than any one man or one woman. This oath sees past the differences in your backgrounds, and I guarantee you that it will unite you all for every adversity that you may face together in the days to come. Class of 24, as you recite the oath, appreciate the significance of each and every word. And when you find yourself struggling through the summer, and trust me, I sense that you may have days of struggle, I want you to look to your left and look to your right and know that you are surrounded by brothers and sisters who have sworn to take your back and watch you through thick and thin. Now, as you prepare to embark on this journey that you will see when you become a midshipman in the brigade, I want to share with you the story of Admiral David Farragut, a man who recited this oath in 1810 at the ripe old age of 9 years old, and whose accomplishment in service to his country would make him one of the greatest heroes in our naval history. Upon the outbreak of the Civil War, Farragut was assigned to command the Union's blockading squadron in the western Gulf of Mexico, with orders to enter the Mississippi River and capture New Orleans. Initially, in concert with recommendations from his superiors at the Department of War, Farragut decided to take the conservative approach, and he planned a 5-day mortar barrage of the Confederate forts guarding the path to New Orleans. With a tremendous understanding of the battle space, Farragut recognized a flaw in the drawn-out attack and decided to carry out a bolder plan. His naval force would sprint past the first 2 forts in the early hours of the morning with guns ablazing. Sure enough, Farragut's daring plan proved successful, and his ships would go on to destroy the Confederate gunboats upstream, land Union troops on the banks, and triumph in the city of New Orleans. Fresh off of his success in Louisiana, Farragut turned his attention to Mobile Bay, Alabama, which was heavily defended by several Confederate forts, the largest being Fort Morgan, where a line of mines, which were known as torpedoes at the time, lay on the side of the bay's channel. Farragut's 14 ships entered the bay in 2 columns, and the lead armored ship, the USS Tecumseh, was demolished by a mine soon after entering the channel. The rest of the vessels immediately slowed, causing mass confusion under the guns of Fort Morgan. David Farragut, recognizing the peril, shouted his famous order, "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." From the very top of his ship's rigging, where he was lashed to the mast for support, Farragut led his own ship, the USS Hartford, into the mines, and when they failed to explode, the rest of his ships followed. Farragut's naval forces soon captured the remaining ports in the region and landed a devastating blow that would help turn the war effort in favor of the Union. So, as we sit here today in Tecumseh Court, and you prepare to take this oath to serve your country and uphold its promise of liberty for all, I want you to remember David Farragut and remember his commitment to fulfill that promise and hold his nation together. When his resolve was tested, Farragut held fast to his beliefs and adapted to the challenging circumstances. 24, you all are entering an institution and a profession with a history unlike any other. And when you doubt yourself this summer, always take solace in knowing that you have pledged yourself to defending an idea bigger than any man or woman. And for our detailers, this summer represents the greatest leadership opportunity that you will experience during your 4 years here in Annapolis. Just like Farragut, you will face challenges and your leadership will be tested. Your success will be measured by your ability to adapt creatively to the circumstances, to work constructively with your peers, and lead your plebes with compassion and inspiration. Remember, the class of 24 will forever be a reflection of your leadership this summer. So, to the classes of 21 and 22, as you rise to meet this challenge, I order you, damn the torpedoes!
Full speed ahead!
It's now my pleasure to introduce our 88th Commandant of Midshipmen, Captain T.R. Buchanan.
Candidates to the class of 2024, listen carefully to the oaths I am about to administer and acknowledge them by responding, "I do," on the command, "Acknowledge the oath." International candidates from the class of 2024, rise. Remove masks. Raise your right hand. Having been admitted as a midshipman at the United States Naval Academy, do you swear to comply with all the regulations of the Academy? And do you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion? So help you God. Acknowledge the oath.
I do!
Class of 2024, rise. Remove mask. Raise your right hand. Having been appointed a midshipman in the United States Navy, do you solemnly swear that you will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that you take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter? So help you God. Acknowledge the oath.
I
Would you lower your hands?
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your covers for the playing of Blue and Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony. Detailers, take charge.
Regiment! Dawn! Mask! Center! Face! Detail! Post! Detail! Center! Face! Regiment! Forward! What's that? Forward.
First company, forward, march. First company, forward, march. Forward, march. Forward, move.